Cloze test number 3rd. So this is the third cloze test in our cloze test series. The rules are same. We will do just as we did in earlier cloze tests. So here we go. So this is the passage. Quit India came not from the lips, but the aching heart of millions. What is aching? Aching is having sorrow or having an ache in part of the body. But here it will be sorrow, referenced as sorrow of millions. In this open rebellion. What is rebellion? It is resisting authority or control. The Indian dash reached its climax. Now what is climax? More intensified. So it means to say that this rebellion became more intense. The British were not only dashed by it, but also were obliged to quit unilaterally. What is obliged? Obliged is grateful or to make bound to do something legally. So they were bound to quit India legally. Unilaterally means as a group or as a whole. The importance of quit India can be dashed from Lord Linlithgow's statement. So this guy made out a statement. I am engaged here in meeting by far the most dash rebellion since that 1857. The gravity and extent ill which we have so far dash from the world for reasons of military security. Still more significant was Churchill's gloomy disclosure. What is gloomy? Gloomy is feeling depressed or in a state of despondency. So he made a very sorrow statement or disclosure to the King Emperor that the idea of dash power had become an admitted dash in the minds of British party leaders, although his public statements were diametrically opposite. What is diametrically opposite? Means totally opposite. It is giving emphasis here. The dash created by Quit India made the British dash that they could no longer keep India in dash. So after reading this passage, you get an idea that this passage deals with the pre-independence era where Britishers are facing rebellion from the Indian side. So based upon this, our words will be more rebellion oriented and will be more strong. So let's try to fill the blanks. So Quit India came not from the lips, but the aching heart of millions. In this open rebellion, the Indian dash reached its climax. So patriotism was there, but this can also be true. Now freedom, Indian freedom reached its climax. Well, this is false. Liberation is also false. Revolution, well, yes, because we have these two words, patriotism and revolution. So we will connect revolution. Why? Because in rebellion, revolution happens. That is why it is more accurate to use here revolution. So in the open rebellion, the Indian revolution reached its climax. The British were not only dashed by it. So the British were not only what? Attacked? Well, no, we cannot use attack. The British were not only inspired, they were not inspired at all. The British were not only enfeebled, well, we can use enfeebled. They were weak. Enfeebled is weak. So the answer is enfeebled by it, but also were obliged to quit unilaterally. The importance of Quit India can be dashed from Lord Linlithgow's statement. So the importance of Quit India can be diffused. Well, diffused is something spread over a wide area. Well, this is false. Now gauged can be gauged. The importance can be gauged. That is estimate. Importance can be estimated. Well, we can use it, but let's look other options as well. Determined. Well, we will not use determined here. Now established. Well, yes, the importance of Quit India was established. So therefore we can say the importance of Quit India can be established from Lord Linlithgow's statement. I am engaged here in meeting by far the most dash rebellion since that 1857. So he's comparing here. So something like that will come here. So trivial. So trivial is of little value or importance. Well, it is not. It is opposite to it. Something saying opposite to it. Magnificent. Well, yes. Magnificent means extremely impressive or beautiful. So this rebellion was extremely impressive since 1857. The first rebellion was in 1857. This one, it was magnificent then. That. The gravity and extent ill which we have so far dash from the world for reasons of military security. The gravity and extent ill which we have so far. So elicited means evoke or draw out a reaction from someone or the answer from someone. Okay, well, this doesn't suit here. Excluded, well, no. Prevented, no. Concealed, let's try to use concealed here. The gravity and extent ill which we have so far dash from the world for reasons of military security. Well, it is, you can get the hint from here. Reasons of military security, so it is something concealed. What is concealed? Kept secret or hidden. They kept it hidden until this revolution or this rebellion from the world for reasons of military security. Still, more significant was Churchill's gloomy disclosure to the King Emperor that the idea of transfer, the idea of seizure, the idea of grabbing, the idea of retained power had become and admitted. So the idea of transfer, well, yes, the Indians were asking to transfer the power into their hands. So the idea of transfer power had become an admitted dash in the minds of British party leaders. So fantasy? No, it wasn't a fantasy, it was getting real. Tactics, occurrence, inevitability, yes, something that cannot be denied. So inevitability is the quality of being certain to happen. So this was very evident that the power transfer is going to happen into the hands of Indians. Although his public statements were diametrically opposite, the dash created by Quit India made the British dash. What does this movement create? That is Quit India movement. So let's see. The anarchy. What is anarchy? Well, anarchy is absence of government, absolute freedom. Well, no. Violence? No. Taboo? What is taboos? It is termed as something improper or unacceptable by society. Well, let's try to fit exigencies. What is exigencies? An urgent need or demand. So this Quit India made an urgent demand to quit India. So we will use the exigencies created by Quit India made the British dash that they could no longer keep India in dash. So it made the British anxious, realize, imagine, pretend. Well, it made it realize. It made the realization in the minds of Britishers that they could no longer keep India in what? Exile. What is exile? It is expelled from your own country. You're getting expelled from your own country. Well, this is false. Power, no. Bondage, yes. Bondage is the state of being a slave. Therefore, that they could no longer keep India in bondage. This is how we select the best word, by reading the context of the passage. So that is all we have in this session of Cloze Test.